All right. Having some technical issues here, but seem to be working them out. Danny's already here. Beth is already here. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. That one. That's working. Oops. Got an echo. Okay, that's better. Now everything is working. Oh boy. All right. All right, people are coming in. That's good. Good to see everybody. Let's see. What do we have so? We've got Grandpa Beth, Riley, Brooklyn's Bridge, Double Princess, Gramp B, Biker D, Merge, and Butterfly. Hello, all. Thank you for being here. As usual, can't stop sweating. I haven't been under the lights in a day and a half, except for a couple quick posts that I made. Guess I gotta get used to it all over again. The hot Hollywood lights. And they're not really that hot. I don't know what the story is. But anyway, first world problem for sure. Come on. Okay. My mouse is malfunctioning. That's not something I ever thought I'd say. Oh, looks like the first goal is achieved. Thank you, folks. Thank you for that. Looks like Danny ate up all of the first goal. So let me put up another one. Every time this damn thing, there's a new thing. Yeah, got it. Got it. All right. Let's set a new goal. Why do they present me with new stuff anytime? Anytime I'm like, where are the goals? Please. Okay, how do I add the goal now? Let's see. It's a new way of doing it. This is so weird. Okay. All right. Let's go for roses. Let's go for. Oh, they don't give you 100 as an option anymore? Come on. Ugh. All right. It's 20. Roses 20, confirm. All right. There we go. Confirm. What are they waiting for? Oh my God. This is so annoying. Are there, are they up there? I can't see them. Try again. Confirm, confirm, confirm. All right. I'm not messing with this thing anymore. It's annoying me. I see Jessica's here. Hello. All right, let's jump right into it. Let me get Danny. Oops. Danny up here. Anybody else who wants to come up, feel free. Hello, Danny.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. Just a little sweatier than usual. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know. Anyway,
Well, I'm glad to see you. Anyway, I know you took the break yesterday, which is needed. And
Yeah, it was basically 3 shifts I took off. I took off all of Tuesday and then Wednesday morning. Hello, Jessica. Jessica, are you there?
Oh, yes, sorry. I
There
kept
you are.
trying to hit the unmute button, but it wasn't working.
Yeah, I don't know. Something's going on tonight because I couldn't. They presented me with a whole new way of doing goals and didn't show me how to edit it. Whatever. Anyway, fucking first
Bastards.
world problems. But yeah, I yeah I was talking a lot Monday. Like
Hmm.
I was on a bunch of other people's lives, plus my own 2 lives, plus Danny's live. And like I was just all talked out. And I woke up Tuesday and I was like, you know what? It's time for a day off. And then I woke up today just feeling like garbage. So I was like, all right, I'll take the morning off. I assumed that I would be okay by nighttime. I was like 75%. I feel pretty good.
Well,
so
And
then he didn't
better
come
than the
up on my
alternative.
live. So he got a little extra rest, so he didn't come up on
Yeah,
mine.
yeah. I knew that I would have one shot at this today, so I saved it up for now. So anyway, here we go. There's a lot to talk about as always because, even like ignoring things for a morning, you realize how much shit stacks up at
Yeah,
any given point, especially with with the breakneck pace that Dump is using to violate everything good and right. Um, so when I was trying to figure out like what do I talk about, I wanted to sort of revisit something that I had mentioned before, um, and that is the idea that Dump is ending democracy,
yeah,
um, or maybe perhaps has already ended it. I don't know. And I think Danny, you brought up something that I think is really important to consider, and I'd love for you to talk about it here. You were talking about how in your mind something very significant has happened with the Constitution. So if you don't mind sharing it here, I'd love for everybody to hear that.
Well, in my mind, the Constitution has become invalid. There's no restrictions. There's no guardrails. The House and the Senate are not doing oversight on him. That he has the Supreme Court in his back pocket. He has violated every article of the Constitution uh, in less than a year since he's been back in office. And I believe at that point, we have to accept the fact is that even if they did decide to try to go after him, who's going to hold him accountable? Because there is nobody to hold him accountable. So the
Right,
Constitution, even though the Supreme Court could come up with a decision to say, well, you can't send National Guard troops to cities, he's going to do it anyway. And the Supreme Court cannot stop him because they're hoping that the legislative, not the but the executive branch will follow the direction from the court. And there's no way to enforce it from the court. So I think the Constitution is, if it's not irrelevant or invalid, it's in a crisis of a Constitution crisis right now.
right. So I think what's interesting about all of that to me is that what it suggests to me, what the fuck? Why is all of my technology fucking being a dick right now?
Because
uh,
Lucky's being a dick. That's
is that
why
what it is?
they're
Taking after
related.
Lucky?
Yep.
Oh, fuck. So, yeah. So, I think one of the things that Dump exploited essentially is that a lot of what we kind of assumed in the auspices of law and order, in the auspices of constitutional law, because that's the foundation of law and order in America, there's a lot of it is like just sort of a generalized agreement. A lot of it is based on this is what we assume will happen. This is what we think is supposed to happen, right? But when you have a Supreme Court justice saying, "Yeah, we could tell them whatever, but it's unenforceable," like that's a huge flaw in the system as far as I'm concerned. And before we continue, just let me say hello to Brooklyn. How you doing, Brooklyn?
I'm okay. How are you today, Yoda?
I am good. Um, I'm trying to I'm trying to figure out how to not be depressed during the collapse of America. But
It's not
that's
easy.
not easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're all uncomfortable, right? Um,
Not
and
enough people are, I think.
no, not enough. No, no. But then some people we have to separate from because no matter how much you talk to some people, they're still going to keep that way of thinking. And that's Dump's way of thinking, right?
Yeah.
So now what I've been looking at, like I just found out today that Al Green did try to start what was that, section 2, article 4, in reference to impeaching him and his entire
The
cabinet.
entire administration. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he started that a few months ago. So it's
Yeah.
like it's not that people aren't concerned and want to do something. You know, people are out there protesting. I'm glad that a lot of the people I know are staying at home because once you go outside, it's free game for ICE and whoever else wants to act a fool. So for me to stay comfortable, I need to first take care of my health, and then make sure I cut down on work a little bit because of my age and my health, and dealing with my puppy. That's my main theme now, and making sure my veteran son is okay, and just have to live each day the best that we can until this mess is over.
Yeah, I agree. Before we continue, there's an event happening tomorrow night, and it's part of, or it is run by an organization that I volunteer for. I made a piece of content about it. Like to hear it here go. I know you're frustrated. I'm frustrated too. We all are. The government is failing us, and we need to fight back. It's hard to figure out what to do, but Represent Us has a strategy. We're launching a campaign on October 23rd, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be a Zoom meeting, and we're going to talk about all the different things that we have coming up that you can participate in. Log into represent.us/launch, and you'll be able to register and take part in this event. Represent.us/launch. Let your voice be heard. Thank you, Yoda. That was well done. So yeah, this is for me a way to mitigate my frustration is by getting involved in things that I think have significance to them and have some weight to them. And Represent Us has an excellent track record of, contacting legislators and lawmakers and kind of getting things done. Thank you, Brooklyn, for typing that in the chat. Yeah, represent.us/launch. And you can just copy what Brooklyn typed in, and you can paste that into a browser and you will be taken to that page. And it's basically a Zoom meeting, as I mentioned, and you'll learn how to get involved. It's all volunteer. I don't make any money on any of this. I make content for them. I think I've made like 11 or 12 videos for them so far on various initiatives, like uh, fighting congressional stock investment, using insider information, all that kind of stuff. Um, Weaponized sloth says, "Good, we're not a democracy." I love that people don't know that we are both a democracy and a representative republic. So I don't know why they keep bringing this up. Like it's just please educate
Yeah,
yourself.
they don't have the basic understanding that two things can be true at once.
Right.
They don't understand that we can be a constitutional representative republic that operates as like a representative democracy as well.
Yeah.
Like they don't understand that two things can be true at once.
Absolutely. And Jessica, thank you for the heart me. Looks like Ashford sent a heart me, and someone else did. Is that Lana? Lana, thank you. Corey, thank you. And it looks like handcrafted. I can't see the rest of it. Handcrafted by something. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So there's so many things that Dump has been doing. I mean, and they're all leading to one thing in my mind, which is just a complete dictatorship in America. And I really I've been thinking about this for 10 years now, because I've been saying this for 10 years. And now that he got into office amazingly a second time, which I still feel surreal about that. I mean, because he did a disastrous job in office the first time, then was convicted of crimes after that, uh, convicted civilly for several other things, and people were like, yeah, let's roll the dice on this asshole again. And he wasted no time, because essentially in 9 months he's dismantled all of the norms of American life, and like just made things so much worse. I just saw today that um, when you count not only the increases in healthcare premiums, but then the fact that the subsidies are going to be taken away, we're looking at 114% increase in healthcare costs for people, and they can barely afford them now. And that's why uh, the Democratic Party refused to just capitulate on this new bill, or whichever bill they were fighting, because they wanted to make sure that everybody had health care, and people are angry at the Democrats for that. Like, I don't understand what the fuck is going on anymore. People are actively fighting against themselves. Like, something that isn't pointed out enough is that Dump is the first president in American history that is actively working toward unemployment for the citizens of America. He's lost 800,000 manufacturing jobs already. It's probably more than that, because I think that was at the 8-month mark, right? And he's let go of how many government employees already, and more to come. Like, he is creating unemployment on purpose. No other president has done that. Not one. I mean, what do you think about that, Danny? What, does any of this seem like it's working for anybody? Like, is there anyone that's not a millionaire and a billionaire benefiting from what this guy is doing?
I don't. First off, I've never understood why he's furlough and actually firing a lot of these people. It makes no sense to me. Number one. Number two, he bragged, and they were all bragging with Doge how much money they're saving and everything, which there's still no proof exactly how much money they're saving. The
There's
government,
none. As far as I could say,
right?
as far as I could tell, they've actually cost money.
And not counting, yeah, grandma's all fired up. And the other thing is that like the 80,000 that the VA lost, the helping veterans on top of that, and brag about it. I've never heard a president brag about this stuff till him and Stephen Miller and J.D. Vance, uh, under the auspices of shrinking the government and making it smaller. For
Right.
whose benefit? It isn't for yours and mine. and everybody else on the panel, you know, it's going to cost us in the long run. So
Right.
I've never seen Nixon do it. I never saw even Reagan do something like this, other than the breaking up the union for the air traffic control operators. But otherwise, I never saw this before, and this is all new ground. This is stuff that I never thought that I would see in my lifetime. Everything, to include the White House destruction going
Yeah. Jessica, what's your take?
on.
Oh boy. Well, I the my southern roots kick in and the term hell in a handbasket comes to mind.
Mhm.
Um so I think, I mean, it's very clear and very obvious that everything that we're seeing is unprecedented to this level. Um, we've never had somebody in office who just shits on every sacred tradition and policy that we have. We've never had a constitutional crisis to this magnitude before. We've never had a president of the United States sue the Department of Justice for personal compensation
Right.
to the tune of $230 million.
I
Hey,
forgot
by the
about
way,
that.
what
Fuck.
was the price tag projected for that ballroom again? You, not that
250
they're
million.
right, that's probably not related at all, right?
Yeah.
That's, total coincidence, but anyway, we've never had somebody just the list goes on, and I'm gonna wear myself out if I try to go through it.
I got you.
But the basis of it is, I really wish that all y'all in the comments would use your last two remaining brain cells. Stop having them fight for third place and try rubbing them motherfuckers together once in a while to create a little spark of somewhat critical thinking. And just see what's going on. We're not talking out of our ass. This is all very verifiable things. Stop believing what they tell you. It's just, Yoda, I'm tired. I'm
I
tired.
feel it. I feel it. I'm with you there. Before we continue, we have Andres and Jay. What's going on?
Hey, good evening, everyone.
What's on your mind?
Well, honestly, I'm very respectful. I am a Donald Trump supporter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't want to. I would. You'll never see me or hear me saying any vowel languages when it comes to uh, comments. But I got in. I was gonna shave my head, and as I'm looking at you, I was gonna shave my head completely today, and I said I gotta put this off until later on because I like to be bold, to be honest. And I
Okay,
was in
dude.
front of my
I do. That's all well. If we were sitting like hanging out in a cigar bar, this would all be wonderful. But we're here doing a
phenomenal.
political discussion. So,
Okay,
what you say you're a supporter of Donnie Dump, right? What is it that you
yes.
support exactly?
Well, you guys said that in within the first administration, and
What do
now
you
the
support that Donnie Dump is doing now?
everything, everything I would say.
Everything.
But let me,
S-
yeah,
So you
but
so you
let me
like
tell
you
you.
like that veterans are out of work.
Uh, who has the government shut down right now?
The Republican.
The Republican Party does, but that has nothing to
Really?
do with firing veterans. Even before the government was shut down, Dump had fired veterans. So you support that.
And whatever happened in the last 4 years
So do
before
you
Trump?
support that? Do you support that or not?
No, not at all.
Okay,
I'm
so
up
you
for.
just finished saying you support Donald Dump. I asked what, you said everything. So that means you support the veterans being fired.
Veterans are not getting fired.
Yeah, they
Holy
are.
fuck. Look, I'm not here to debate fucking reality with people. Holy fuck, man. Come
A
up here
guy
talking
just
about he
showed,
wanted to shave his head. Who gives a fuck?
a guy just showed a brand new VA center. I believe it's in Virginia. That it's beautiful. The building is gorgeous. It looks empty because there's very little staff there, and he's a veteran. Very little staff, and this clown comes up talking about shaving his head. That just shows you the two
Well,
brain cells that Jessica talked about.
Hmm.
this
Yoda,
one,
can I ask, did you block him or just drop him down?
I just dropped him. Why?
Oh, because in case he's still floating around in the comments, do you mind if I give him an example for just a quick minute?
Sure, go ahead.
Right. So in case that guy's still hanging around, or in case any of y'all others in the comments would want to know, just in this administration alone, Trump has fired the Navy Chief of Staff, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, the head of the Navy SEALs, the Naval Operations Chief, the U.S. Navy Reserve Chief, head of the U.S. Cyber Command, head of Defense Intelligence, Coast Guard Commandant, Air Force Chief of Staff, the Air Force Vice Chief of Staff, the top Air Force Global Strike Command, top legal officer to the Air Force, the Army, and the Navy, and the top legal official of the CIA. But yeah, he's totally not fucking with the military, right?
Yeah. Before we continue, it looks like your boy is here. How you doing? Your boy, hello? Hello? Goodbye. Okay. So, the MAGA hats are just, I don't know why you guys you seem to be getting dumber as time goes on. Like, Lee is sitting here saying Democrats care about everyone but Americans, and we're literally talking about Americans and Americans losing their job and how much we're against that. Like, what part of that is confusing to you and sounds like we don't care about Americans? Not that I'm
Yeah.
a
and
Democrat, but still.
Yeah. Also, how is it that the Democratic Party is the one on the hook for that when Trump is the one bending over and spreading it for BB?
do you know that most of the civil service people that are being let go right now are being fired? I would say over half, if not 75% of them, are veterans. Usually, veterans
Yeah.
go in and work for the civil service in the government, and the other 25% are probably dependents of military personnel to live around the Virginia, Washington, Baltimore, Maryland area. So that's what they're doing. And so don't tell me that veterans are not being affected, not counting the 80,000 that the Veterans Administration lost also.
Okay, I've invited Tinu up because he's being extremely obnoxious in the chat. This has a lot to say, chirping away like a jackass. So either come up or get blocked. Those are your options.
I'd also like to say to John G that keeps chirping away in the comments as well. Republicans put America first. Yeah, you guys put America first so much that you're fucking over American farmers to give away money to Argentina. To take away their both top buyer and their second top buyer by the tariff wars that you guys wanted to, start and then continue to support. You're also so American first that you are taking away all of the programs or defunding the programs that actually help real Americans so that you can instead help other countries like Argentina, Israel, Russia, name it. Uh, Also, so American first that we are now letting the lowest earning American families starve. Yeah, you guys are sure American first. Fuck you guys.
And
I've been
then they need
here.
to understand.
251 says how did it, or he did it to spend the money on more important things than the jobs of veterans. There you go. There's a
Oh,
true American
wow.
for you right there,
Wow.
huh?
Wow.
Oh boy, we have a new guest. That old boy was not directed to you. Fairly Q.
It's Farley.
Thank you, Farley Q. Sorry, misread it. Farley Q, how you doing?
It's all right, but you don't have to call me sir. I'm agender. Just a request, dude. Don't get too hung up on it.
Okay,
He
you're
was
boring the shit out of me already, so you gotta
wow.
go. Holy shit. Dumb fucks, man.
You getting a lot of live wires tonight.
Nah, I'm used to it. This is every night.
Mm.
Hello, Amy. My daughter showed up. Hello.
Amy's here. Hello, Amy. Good evening.
So I mean, like you said, every day there's something new. It's either because he told a lie and said what he was going to do as far as the ballroom, he would not touch the existing structure, right?
Yep.
Well,
Right.
that's blown the heck. Okay. Um, now, with the DOJ, uh, every day there's something new with ICE. Um, Argentina started at 20, then it went to 40. I mean, every day there's something with this dude. Then with the little photo, the video from I mean, that's why he's the reason I stopped watching TV. My son said, Mom, you haven't watched TV in months. You're right. Because I
Yeah.
find solace in not watching this dump on TV.
Yeah, BRU22, another genius take. Dems want everything for free for everybody, but don't know how to pay for it. No Democrat has ever proposed everything free for everybody. No. What we want is for everyone to have a dignified life,
Right.
right? This is a very American ideal, exemplified beautifully by Roosevelt during, after World War II, after the Republicans fucked up everything in 1928 by doing the same shit then that they're doing now. When they
Mm-hmm.
had the majority, they had everything just like they do now. They had everything, and they put profit above everything else. They put corporations above everything else, and it all went to shit. And then Roosevelt came and saved it, and basically said, America needs to be a place where people don't fall through the cracks. And you're against that, obviously. So that makes you a hellacious douchebag to be against that, to be against people living a dignified life, having health care when they need it, having food for everybody. And the Democrats are the only ones that pay for shit. It's the Republicans that trash the economy every time they're in power.
Let me
And then
ask you a
Democrats
question.
come in and fix it. Yes, what's your question?
So I'm looking at this shutdown as though the Republicans just don't want to deal with talking about Medicaid so people can keep their health care. Like I talked to a person the other day that seems to think, okay, I've been working since I was 16. I'm 67. I have three different issues, health issues. So I need the health care that I paid into for the last, 45 something years. So do you agree that the Republicans, this shutdown could end today if they would just take a look at Medicaid and a couple other things and say, okay, we're for the people, right?
Of course. So Mr. Big doesn't know how to spell McDonald's. Like literally 2 or 3 mistakes in the one word McDonald's is taking
Welfare.
applications, welfare, because you don't know how to spell welfare.
That's just true.
So and you're typing in all caps, and normally I might give you a chance, but you're such a hellacious douchebag that I'm just gonna block you. This look, I know that you fucking idiot, mouth breathing Republicans have lots of sound bites. You go around everybody's lives, and this is the shit that you post. Oh, Democrats hate this and Democrats hate that, but you can't grasp what has happened to you already and what is happening now and what is likely to happen in the future, because you're too dumb. So you can't figure out. You can't figure it out. You
I,
literally don't understand what your own party has done to you for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the stats, folks. Look at the stats. And I'm not talking about some mainstream news organization. No. Look at government data. Look at FBI data, CIA data, the accounting office data. Look at all of the data that they've amassed for the decades and look at your states. Look at how fucked up red states are. Okay. They're taking most of the benefits that are available because you're so poor. And I'm not saying that as some kind of moral judgment. That's just a statistical fact.
Right.
You're the poorest people in
Mm-hmm.
America. You take
Mm-hmm.
more of the government benefits than anyone. You know why? Because your leadership keeps fucking you over. And you're okay with it. You keep reelecting these people because you're angry at Dems because Dems don't do anything. But look at what your own leadership has done to you over and over and over again. Look at the stat. Who are the poorest states? Who are the most uneducated states? Who are the sickest states, the fattest states, the states with the shortest life expectancies, the states with the least upward mobility? All red states. Okay? In some categories, there's a couple of blue states in there. And the blue states are paying your way. They are supporting you. Except for Texas and Florida. And Florida looks like it's about to be on that list of states that need money because their tourism has suffered so much this year that they might not be able to produce what they've produced in the past. So two red states support themselves. All of the other ones are taking handouts, and it's the people in blue states that are paying for it. And we don't even complain about it. We want you to have health care. We
Mm-hmm.
want you to be okay, except you don't want that for everybody.
Right.
You're angry at the idea of people being taken care of. Why is that? Why are you so stupid? Why are you so selfish and dumb?
I have to try to think like them for a moment,
Oh
and I
Lord, good
have
luck.
ooh.
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So I think that they think that they call them, they don't call them the proper name, which is immigrants. So they think the immigrants are taking away some of their entitlements. They also think that a lot of BLK people, see, they come on a lot of these lives and say what the dude that couldn't even spell Mr. Big doesn't understand, that a lot of us on here are either college graduates, homeowners, business owners. He has no clue, but he can't spell one sentence correctly. So, do you get where I'm going? They come and they think this certain way, like their entitlements are going to be lost, and then at some point it may be, because at this point, especially after the No Kings rally, he's mad at everyone almost.
Yeah, I mean, who's
So,
taking these things from them? It ain't Democrats.
exactly.
You know, your party now is actively taking away everything from you. Everything. There's no growth happening in America right now, except for the ultra wealthy. Okay, people are losing jobs. People are amongst minorities, unemployment has skyrocketed, right? And I heard this fucking Sambo earlier on somebody else's live trying to defend this shit, and I'm like, that's why I was motivated to make that. I made that post where I made an image of an Oreo cookie and Clarence Thomas and said Oreo varieties.
Yes,
Because that's the shit. Like I hate minorities that support their own oppression.
pressers.
I hate it. I don't understand self-hating minorities that don't have the sense of a fucking daisy. And what I mean by
You
that is
know,
even flowers secrete chemicals to keep insects from eating them, So they have a sense of self-preservation, but minorities that vote for their oppressors do not. They don't share the same kind of sense of self-preservation as a fucking daisy.
You know, they're talking all the time in here that the Democrats is the one that's stopping the government from opening up, and that's
Yeah,
BS.
because that's what Daddy Dump told them. They're
Right.
just being
Yeah.
propaganda parrots. They don't know anything.
The nuclear option is Republicans can use to open up the government back up. They have the votes. All you need is a simple majority to
Yeah,
do that.
51 votes. That's it, and they have that.
They got 54.
Yeah, they could have prevented the shutdown.
Yep.
You know, but this is what Dump is famous for. He had a shutdown in his first term. And how long was that one? Like 25 days or something like that?
35.
Oh,
35.
Peter Dickhead in there is
Yeah.
not true.
Not true.
Okay.
Dump.
I would actually challenge all of the MAGA down there in the comments to explain this to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Explain to me how. How is it that the Democrats are the ones on the hook for the government being shut down when the Republicans are the ones who refuse to show up? Not a single Republican in Congress, even up to the night before the shutdown. The Republicans are the ones who refused on all fronts to negotiate a single issue in their continuing resolution. The Republicans are the ones who already had the power to pass the CR to keep the government open in the first place. The Republicans are the ones who still hold the power to reopen it today if they wanted to. The Republicans are the ones who hold all of the power. The Republicans are the ones who refuse to negotiate. The Republicans are the ones who are refusing to even answer their phones. So how is it that the Democrats are the ones at fault? Explain it to me like I'm 5.
And this genius mentioned the attempts on and Charlie Kirk, all the violence, and those were all right-wing assailants, you moron.
Yep. All Republicans.
All of them. Okay, let's see. We have, is that Tom? What is that, Tom Jr.?
Yes.
Hello, Tom Jr.
Hello.
I said hello, Tom Jr.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm fine. What's on your mind?
I'll explain to the girl what it is. You need 60 votes
No, you
to
don't.
end
Nope.
a
Nope.
No,
You're already
filibuster.
wrong.
No, you don't.
You're already wrong.
Absolutely, you do.
They can
No.
they
They've
can
been
pass. They
explaining
can.
on
This
CNN,
is well
and they've been
established.
calling out
This is
Hakeem
well
Jeffries
established.
about it.
You
So don't
don't
start this
you,
shit. You
look.
guys
You
all
don't know
here-
what you're talking about. Okay.
Absolutely, I know.
You
I've
don't.
been watching this.
I don't
No,
care what
no,
you've been
you've been
watching.
watching.
I
They
don't.
tried
You
passing a clean
already sound like a
resolution.
moron. So I'm not going to really trust
Oh,
that you
look at this,
understand what
Black
you're
Santa.
watching.
Fuck your bullshit. You're black and you suck ass.
There it goes. I knew that was coming. The racism is
man.
just stick with that dude.
Okay, let's try this again, people. Okay, they don't need 60 votes to pass it. All they need is a simple majority. They can do a temporary rule change and pass it with a simple majority, which they already have. They could reopen the government today if they wanted to. They do not need 60 votes. They can pass it right now. It doesn't matter what Fox News tells you guys. Also, Fox News has a 30% factual rating you might want to outsource.
Yeah, Peter says, prove it. I'll tell you what, Peter, read
Look
how
it
the
up.
government works, okay? Just learn how the government works, and you'll be fine. You'll be
Look
okay.
it up, Peter. Google nuclear option, and then you'll see it was used at September of 2025 in the Senate. So go ahead and look it up.
I think that's too complex for him.
Jesus Christ. Again, I'm gonna need y'all to try taking those last 2 remaining brain cells and rub them little motherfuckers together and try to create a spark.
BRU 22 is just beyond reach. Like, he's just someone in denial about facts. Thank you for the heart me, folks. Thank you. Yeah, wow. Like, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing how there's just not a fact that they can't deny. They have this superhuman ability to hear facts and go, not true, fake news.
No. That's what their argument always devolves to, because they can't back up anything that they say. So it always devolves to no.
I know, right? Beth, the legislative liaison, says if MAGA needs simple, basic civics breakdown, it's not going to help. It's not going to help. I appreciate the offer, but it's they just they it these are the type of people where, you know, and this is the interesting part of the internet, right? Like, if you think about the structure of the internet, and this is going to sound like a digression, but hopefully I can tie it all together. Think of the structure of the internet, right? It's just boxes, right? It's boxes that either have images or text in them, right? Sometimes the boxes are square, sometimes the boxes are rectangle in, you know, long ways or horizontally, but it's just boxes, right? That's you know, starting with the box on your computer and then small boxes in between, right? And there's a certain democratization that's beautiful about that, because anybody can fill a box with text. That's wonderful, right? But the problem, the challenge, is that you could have Neil deGrasse Tyson explain the nature of the universe in one box, and then Bubba from Lubbock, Texas comes in underneath in the same looking box and goes, "You're wrong," right? And so this is what they do. This is what MAGA hats do. They wait till you're done talking and they go, "Wrong." And they never tell you what the right thing is, right? You ever notice that? After they say wrong, they never correct. They never give you what they think the correct thing is. They just, and if they try, like we saw this moron try earlier with the 60 votes, they get it wrong. They don't know.
Loopy Dog 3, nuclear option cannot reopen the government. Oh, what a genius.
Thank you for proving my point.
Quite literally.
That's perfect timing. I just finished talking about what they do and then they do it. I love it. Oh, God.
I'm tired.
Oh, fuck, man.
I'm so
I needed
tired.
those 2 days off, or day and a half, whatever it was. Oh, my God.
Oh, and this one here. Trump has done more in 9 months than Democrats did in 12 years.
Sure.
To
Okay.
fuck it
Yeah.
up, yeah.
Sure. Name
Yeah, to
Yeah.
mess it up.
name
Exactly.
three. Name three. Because if he's done so much, it should be easy to name three, right? Because if he's done so much, it's probably a couple dozen things. But so name
Yeah.
three.
Name
Please
three.
name three. That's an easy thing to do. Which genius said that? Let's see.
Better yet,
Stow too, bro.
yeah. Better yet, quit thumb thugging and come up in the box.
Yeah, come on up.
What you
Quit
call
thumb
it,
thugging.
Jessica? Thumb thugging?
Yeah, I love
Yes,
that. I
ma'am.
love that thing. I stole that from Jessica because I love it so
I like
much.
that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to actually invite you officially, Stowe.
He can
bro,
name 10, he
because
says.
let's see. What was that?
He says he can name 10.
He can name 10. Okay, come up and do it.
Please.
Come up and do it. I can't wait.
Quit being a scared little snowflake and just request up.
Oh, look at this was his whole sentence. I can name 10, but I'm not going to satisfy your needs.
I could do it, but I'm not
I could do
gonna.
it, but
Yeah.
that's below me
Yeah.
to do it. Well,
Yeah.
listen, since you are
He
such a
couldn't satisfy
fucking
our needs if he tried all
pansy,
night.
I mean, what a pansy you are, Lord God. I could do it. I could name 10. I'm not gonna. You gotta go. When I invite people up after they're chirping in the chat and they refuse, they
Right.
get blocked. That is
I
my
like that.
fucking policy. Fuck these twits.
Yep.
I mean, the guys going back to, I think, April and May's job growth numbers, they were all revised down. So, like, he's just been hemorrhaging jobs month after month after month. That's why he stopped releasing the jobs report.
Yeah,
Because
he's in the
then the
negative,
mouth
isn't he?
breathers might discover that he's fucking bullshit.
And I
Isn't
feel
he-
so bad for the TSA people because I work at an airport. And to see most of them come in every day and know they're not getting paid
Yeah.
is a travesty.
Yeah, and then I saw yesterday apparently the Nuclear Security Council the majority of it has been furloughed. So now we are running instead of, I believe it's like 1800. I could be wrong on that number. It's somewhere between 12 and 1800. We're now operating at only 400 employees for
And the name of
these are
that
the people.
agency again is Nuclear Security.
Yes.
So that sounds important.
Yeah, it's the people who maintain our the security of our nuclear stockpile.
Silos and all that.
Yeah,
Yep.
that does
Yeah,
sound
the
important.
silos and all of that. So they are operating on a what they call a safe shutdown, which is basically do the bare minimum to keep us all from going up in flames. Now, if we remember,
And it works
back
so
a
well for
couple
the
months-
FAA.
Yeah, well, if you remember, actually going back to a couple of months ago when he started laying off all of the government employees, they actually laid off a bunch of people and brought that number of people in the same agency down to 400, which is how many we have now. And then they realized how, oh shit, we can't actually operate like this. It's super dangerous and things are getting real sketchy. So they had to rehire all of those people, right? Well, we're at the same number now. Yeah. So, that doesn't sound frightening at all. God damn it.
I just, I don't, what, you know what? I gotta start, getting back into some psych studies that I haven't read in a long time. I really got to delve into behavior modification again. I used to read about it all the time because I used it every day in my work. And I really have to start studying deprogramming cult members because I think that's what it's going to take.
Yeah.
I really
agree.
do. Because I've been doing this a year and a half now, and I've been having these conversations since I was a teenager. And the right has steadily gotten dumber over the years. And even in the last year and a half, like, I can't believe they're still saying the same things over and over again, somehow hoping that they'll become true. They have no grasp of anything. Like Mike Nice comes
He's
in and
still
says,
typing in
blame the
chat.
Democrat.
Yeah. Well, bye, Mike. You need to go.
Like,
For
Quit
what?
typing
for
in
what
chat,
exactly? Which
dumbass.
Democrat? Or like which? Who? How did the Democratic Party fuck this up when they are not in power at all? They have
Not at
nothing,
all.
zero
Nothing.
power,
Right.
right? So that's so this is the Republicans' time to shine, isn't it? This is the
Yeah, I would
time where
think
they
so.
can prove that all their ideas of governance are the best thing for America. And have they done that so far? Not even a little.
They can't even
Not
pass
even
a
a
full
little.
budget. A
Yeah,
whole year. They
they
can't do it.
couldn't do. The only thing that they did was railroad the big beautiful bill. That's literally the only piece of legislation that they've passed so far. when normally by this time in a president's administration they've passed several laws by now, but that's the only one that they could pass. Everything else is just by decree of the king or executive order that mostly are written up by Stephen Miller.
One dodo in the comments wrote that the Nobel Peace Prize went to the wrong person. No, it didn't. It went to the right person, believe me, because this
Well,
dump doesn't deserve a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, I don't agree that it went to the right person, but it didn't
yeah.
go to the wrong person for sure.
Well, for me, it's the right person as long as it wasn't him.
Well, she's pretty similar. Like
Yeah.
if you do, yeah, she's like the female version of Trump, honestly.
Oh
Basically, yeah.
boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, to me, like, and look, let me say this. I know that I think Obama got it like right away, right when he became president the first time. No.
I think
Yep.
so.
Pretty
Yeah, I
close.
think it was in his first term.
Yeah, it was pretty immediate, and his behavior after that with the drone strikes to me showed that he didn't deserve it. And this is a president that I think is one of the best in American history, but I don't agree with that drone program. Okay, it to me, when you do anything, especially on a government level, like capital punishment or like any kind of military action, and innocent people lose their lives, you've got to stop.
Right.
You've got to stop and figure out something better, right? So the fact that innocent people kept falling meant that this drone strike was wrong to me and meant that he didn't deserve the Peace Prize. And I take that same criteria to dump. This is a fucking guy going around dropping armaments on several different countries, extrajudiciously taking away the lives of 27 people in boats just because he felt like it. That's not, I'm sorry, that does not in any way, shape, or form qualify you for the Peace Prize. Yeah, Jerry, I just said that. I said that Obama didn't deserve it.
Yeah. Good Lord. You know,
But one thing you said tonight, and then I'm going to close with this. These people need to be deprogrammed. It's like they're a part of a cult and they don't understand that they've been hoodwinked. They have no clue. It's like all they see is Trump and the money and the immigration, the deportation rather, and that's all that they see. Their eyes are so wide open to just those few things that they can't see the real what's really going on.
Yeah, they don't even understand what they're seeing. That's the thing that is so upsetting for me. It's like, you know, all administrations are judged the same way in terms of the criteria that we use to decide good or bad, right or wrong, or somewhere in the middle, right? We look at the economy and several factors within the economy, manufacturing, exports, imports, blah, blah, blah. We look at all this different stuff. We look at job growth. We look at upward mobility. We look at the stock market. We look at the GDP. We look at all these fucking things and we look at them for every single administration, right? And when you go down the numbers, down the line, at every single possible thing that you can look at to what an administration is supposed to do to make America work well, he has done the opposite. He has trashed everything. And now he's moving the military into different cities because he knows this is how you take over a country. There is literally no reason for him to be doing it other than that. He's not trying to fight crime. If he was trying to fight crime, he would send it to the red states where the crime is,
exactly.
right? You know, depending on which source you look at, it's either 7 of the top 10 or 8 of the top 10 most crime-ridden states are red states. So I'll be conservative and say it's 7 out of 10. Right? But he didn't send troops to any one of those states. Right? So it's all bullshit. It's all a smokescreen. He is preparing to take over. That's what he's doing. And Stephen Miller said he wants 100 million people in America that all look like him, meaning YT. Well, I got bad news for you folks. There's 204 million YT people, so that means they're getting rid of you. Do you think you're in the fucking club? You think you're part of what's going on here? And you're going to
No,
be safe and you're going to be okay? You
they're
think that
not.
food is going to continue to rot in the fucking in the fields without getting picked, or do you think you're going to be doing that shit?
Hey Yoda, you want to have a chuckle real quick?
Yeah.
Jerry in the comments says, "No, you've never seen Republicans go to the street and act like animals."
Oh, you mean except for all the times they've
J6
done it?
or J6.
Like J6 or
Yeah.
Charlottesville or,
Yeah.
like any of the times. Jesus.
But see, this is a propaganda parrot, right? Daddy Donnie says that. Stephen Miller says that. So they just repeat it because that's what they want to believe is true,
Right.
right? So they just repeat it. Whoop! The violence is coming from the left. Whoop!
You know what? And I've gotten to the point where a lot of the people that are on this feed, instead of talking about left, right, Democrats, Republicans, humanity. Humanity is at the core of everything that this criminal enterprise is doing. It's taking away, I don't get SNAP, but it's taking away SNAP. It's taking away WIC from new mothers. It's taking so many things away from people who need them.
Yeah.
Head Start,
Head
do
Start.
anything.
Yep. All that. Sons of Slaves made a great point. Every hockey championship, right? Yeah. How many times?
Yeah.
And this goes to the propaganda that is so pervasive in America, the vilifying of brown people consistently that I've lived with for my whole life, right? I've watched on the video platform the same newscasters describing a YT riot and describing a BLK riot, and in some cases not even a riot, but essentially the same things were going on, right? And one was a protest against police violence because yet another unarmed minority was gunned down by the police. So that's what the BLK people were protesting, and they were thugs, right? They were thugs and blah blah blah, all this shit, right? The YT crowd was celebrating a sports championship, and they were turning cars over, lighting shit on fire, and they were described as exuberant youths.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
So I get that you have been brainwashed to believe certain things. But why do you allow people to gaslight you so obviously? Why can't you see? Why can't you trust your own eyes and your own ears and see what the fuck is happening right now? You're getting fucked over. You're not part of the club. You're not benefiting from this. This is affecting everybody. You thought only the brown people were going to get affected, and you let your racism do your thinking for you, right? So you were like, oh, we're going to throw brown people out and da 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 da. Well, now they're throwing everybody out, right? Now you're losing your farms and you're losing your businesses. Now you're losing your jobs, but you still think it's the brown people doing it to you.
Right.
You're not mad at the CEOs. You're not mad at the fucking craven politicians. You're mad at the brown people, the immigrants and the Democrats. You're fucking goofy.
Yeah. All
The,
because, Stephen Miller stands up there and says that, oh, these are the people you need to blame. And you see little Pee Wee German up there running his mouth, and you think, yep, this is the guy for me.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
I watched a video earlier, right before Danny's live, of when let me get this name right. Okay. So when Trump signed the National Security Presidential Memorandum 7, the NSPM-7, right, as it's known, there's Stephen Miller giving a little speech. We want to make sure that we get rid of all the domestic T groups like Antifa and Black Lives Matter, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, hey, man, look at the body count for all of the real domestic T groups in America, right? Like, I mean, you got to be joking. And Dump sits there like a fucking old man waiting for soup. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll sign it, you know? And what you don't realize is that what they're talking about and what's in the bill or the memo or the executive order, whatever, is usually very different. Because
Mm-hmm.
basically what this memorandum does is that it enables them to point at someone and say, you're anti-Christian, you're un-American, you're
Mm-hmm.
anti-capitalist, right? And make that a crime, right? So that means journalists that do it. If you put a post on any social media page, they could turn to you and go, oh, you're a criminal because we say so, because you don't like what we're doing and you're criticizing us. So now you're a criminal, right? Is that the world
Right.
you want to live in? Is that
Well,
really the world you want to live in?
well, that's like his other executive order that back in it was July 24th of this year. It was ending crime and disorder on America's streets. And of course, it was, oh, this is going to help us, put more. How they put it whenever they had him sign it on camera, of course. They just gave a little synopsis. Oh, this is going to help us put more people on the streets of DC to, clean up the crime in DC. What they didn't mention was that they want to institute this nationwide. It gives them what's called maximally flexible civil commitment, which basically means that it allows them to point out anyone that they want to and say, we think that there might be something wrong with you, so we're going to forcefully commit you against your will. We're going to treat you where we want, how we want, regardless of what you want. You have no say so in the matter. We're going to do anything that we want to with you, wherever we decide to do that. And if any state or town doesn't fall in line with it, then you're going to lose funding from the Department of Health and Human Services, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the Department of Transportation, all of the shit that your city probably needs or your state needs, you lose funding for all of it if you don't fall in line with that. That's what they didn't mention, but yet all you dumb fucks decided, oh, well, he's just cleaning up the streets in DC. We support it because you don't know what's actually in it. You guys just listen to what you're told and get on your knees on your fourth set of knee pads and say, yes, daddy.
All true. All true.
Yep.
John G wants to know what my opinion of BLM is. Well, it was a reaction to 400 years of history. Basically, at that point, it was 401 years of history, starting in 1619, and basically trying to say, hey, please stop taking our lives away for no reason, right? And for the most part, overwhelmingly, that movement has been peaceful. There have been a handful of arrests with regard to individuals that, things like destruction of property, burglary, things like that, even arson in a couple of cases. But, you know, again, overwhelmingly peaceful. And, you know, what could be problematic about that when you look at their counterparts, when you look at the supremacist groups, their body count is insane. The FBI has listed all of these supremacist groups as domestic T groups. Nobody's listed BLM as a domestic T group except for these knuckleheads. No one that actually studies crime and is responsible for fighting crime looks at a bunch of people saying, please don't take our lives away anymore, and goes, oh, that's a T group. They're not they're not committing terror. All right. But when you flood cities with modern day Gestapo and rappel down helicopters and crash into people's windows in the middle of the night, whether they've committed a crime or not, that sounds like a terror tactic to me. You know, when you don't condemn groups like the Proud Boys and the Boogaloo Boys and any one of those fucking nut job right-wing fever dream psycho groups, you literally don't condemn them when you have the opportunity to. And you ignore all of that shit. People ignore it and be, oh, whoa, look at all the violence from the left. Where is it? What fucking violence are you seeing?
I would also like to point out that out of all of the entirety of the BLM movement, there were less people arrested for violence during the entirety of the BLM movement than there were on J6.
Exactly.
I just want to point that out. Also, if we bring it to current day, let's compare the body count of Antifa and ICE.
Right.
Guess which one has the higher count?
Right. And Antifa's been around for 80 years.
Right.
And by the way, the leaders of Antifa is in Arlington, which is Bradley, Eisenhower in Kansas, and Patton in Luxembourg. That's where you can find them. They're buried there.
And you're on my panel, so thank you for being here. You know, like these people, they live on buzzwords, they live on sound bites, they operate fueled by fear and anger, and there's no critical thought going on. You're not taking a second to understand what is going on around you, because what you think is going on just isn't. It's just objectively isn't. What we're talking about could be, and looks like it is, but let's hold out hope. It could be the end of America as you know it. And I know some of you are too dumb to understand that, but that's okay. I'm not talking to you. But what you're seeing is the end of everything America was supposed to stand for. You folks say you're the party of law and order, but had no problem with the fact that Dump pardoned people that had beaten cops on J6. 140 police officers beaten that day, one of whom lost an eye. And
Also,
you're okay with that.
one was UAID, wasn't it? One or two?
One was what?
UAID?
Unalived.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Not at the
We have a
time,
new guest, Amber. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you for asking. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to ask you because you're. I'm not going to say seem. You are very highly intelligent, so I'm
Thank you.
generally asking. What is your belief? It's January 2028. What do you think America's going to look like then?
I think America's likely to look like Germany 1933.
Yeah, that was my dystopian look as well.
You know, look, I'm not, I don't engage in false humility, okay? So what I'm going to tell you is literally true. I have never spent a second of my life thinking that I was brilliantly intelligent. I believe I'm reasonably intelligent. I believe that I am no more than a talking monkey with opinions, right? But I know that I can understand English and I can read and comprehend in English, right? And that means I can open up a book or an encyclopedia or whatever and read history and see what has happened in the past, see what is going on in the present, and determine whether there are parallels, right? Like right now, there are 50 dictatorships on Earth, right? And they all operate the same way. And when you look at world history, there's been a bunch of them, right? And when you look at how a country turns authoritarian, there is a pattern that is well established and easily recognizable if you know what you're looking for and if you're not in fucking constant denial. You know, if you just have the wherewithal, and this is the royal you, I'm talking to everybody. If you just have the wherewithal to be humble enough to understand that you don't know everything. I've said it many times. A list of what I don't know is almost infinitely longer than the list of what I know. Right? So what do? I try to fucking educate myself. And so I read. And so I watch documentaries. And so I listen to experts. And all of the people that study the demise of Rome say, yeah, we're doing the same shit. All of the people that they have careers built on examining World War II say, yeah, we're doing exactly what the Germans did. Right? So at what point does this become alarming to people? At what point do they go, oh yeah, we're doing everything that the German guy did in the 1930s? Like literally. And I don't mean kinda. I don't mean sorta. I don't mean close. Almost exactly. Wake the fuck up, everybody. Empires fall. Countries go from being democratic to being authoritarian.
Authoritarian.
Sorry, I glitched there. Countries make that shift. And we're not talking ancient history. Many of these things happened in the last 75 years. Chile went from being a full-on functioning democracy overnight. Pinochet turned that shit into an authoritarian dictatorship nightmare. It's happened many times. So all this arrogance, oh, it could never happen in America, it's just completely misplaced. America's not special, folks. I hate to break it to you. There's nothing fucking special about this place. You've just been convinced that it's special, but it ain't. So what happens elsewhere can happen here too. And it's fucking happening as far as I'm concerned.
There's a reason why all of the top H-cost experts have left the country.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Amber, I probably overshot your question, but
No,
did
my
I?
man, you share the same sentiments that I share. Like it's just I always joke and say his first term I was the crazy lady on the corner saying the end is near, and everybody was like ha ha ha, and I'm like everything that I was saying it's coming true right now. It's
Yeah.
written in history.
Yep.
Like how don't you see it? And he's playing like you even have Himmler, you have his whole regime under him playing it out exactly the same propaganda bullshit, the same like how they're consolidating the power, how they're going after votes, how they're like saying you don't need this, we're going to take from the vulnerable, we're going to say the disabled aren't part of society, the nationalism that is rising at
Happened in
just
Germany also.
scattering.
Same exact shit.
So when I
Unbelievable.
used to get on Trump MAGA lives and say this, and then and it just got to the point where because I would always say like I just want to know my neighbors. At this point, I just want to know if shit hits the fan, are you going to come after me and my boy? That is it at this point because I feel we're the frogs in the boiling pot, and it's got like my fears. It's gonna pop off, and it's gonna be the propaganda from the other side pushing the Reichstag fire and saying they're coming after us. It's time to go, and they're
Right.
just waiting for that post.
And that's another consistency with authoritarians. They never stop where they say they're going to stop. They always keep going. Sons of Slaves has a great question. How do we stop him? It's been about an hour since I played this video, so I'm going to play it again. It's mercifully short, but I invite everybody to an event happening tomorrow that will answer some of these questions. Here we go. I know you're frustrated. I'm frustrated too. We all are. The government is failing us, and we need to fight back. It's hard to figure out what to do, but Represent Us has a strategy. We're launching a campaign on October 23rd, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be a Zoom meeting, and we're going to talk about all the different things that we have coming up that you can participate in. Log into represent.us/launch, and you'll be able to register and take part in this event. Represent.us/launch. Let your voice be heard. Oh my God, he's so good looking. Anyway, so, I got very energetic there. I'm starting to sweat again. This is the perils of being fat. I want to wrap this up, but I want everyone to have a chance to give final thoughts. So we'll kind of go in reverse order. Amber, I know you just got here, but do you have any final thoughts for the evening? You'll have to unmute yourself.
No, I'm good. I just appreciate just hearing voices like yours and others on your panel, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Have a great night. Okay. We're going to go next to Brooklyn's Bridge.
I thank you for having the live tonight because some of us are not in a physical position to do so, and just see some of the comments flowing through, because even though you see things on TV, you still want to know what some people are thinking, and to see these comments coming through tonight literally blew my mind, because it's like you said, a lot of these people need to be deprogrammed, and how is that going to happen until they start losing things that they felt they were entitled to, which is going to happen. It's going to happen. It's not just going to be about brown and BLK people. There are going to be some white tea people that are going to lose some benefits or jobs, and then they'll start coming back on your live saying, you know what, but then it'll be too late.
And you know what? Here's the crazy thing. I think even after all is said and done, they're going to figure out a way to blame somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
either going to say the immigrants did it, or the Democrats did it, or the ghost of Lincoln did it. They'll find some way to rationalize all of it. It's kind of pathetic.
Right.
But thank you so much for your contribution this evening. Of course, you are welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Jessica, final thoughts, please.
Yeah, I think I think it's very clear that we are fast tracking to authoritarianism. And of course we've spent the live, outlining various ways as to how. And I think you may be onto something with the deprogramming idea, because that's what it's going to take. Because it's like you just said, they're going to try to find some other way to shift the blame. It's never going to be Trump's fault until these people can actually be deprogrammed. Um, but you know what? For all of the people in the comments who are still convinced that we're wrong, okay, I'll challenge you. Prove me wrong. Look at actual research from accredited sources that are non biased. Not Fox News, not any, doesn't lean one way or another. Look at official sources that don't hold a political bias. Look at the research and come show it to me. Prove me wrong. I don't care if the only reason you do the research is to try to prove me wrong. Go look at it yourself. And that's it.
Good advice. Excellent. Thank you so much. Always wonderful having you here. All right. Danny, my older brother from another mother, distinguished gentleman from the West, veteran. For folks, if you're not following Danny, you're insane. Okay, he does 3 lives a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They're amazing. They're great conversations. But on Friday, it's special because we drop all of the politics, all of the current events, and we just play Trivial Pursuit. And it is the most fun you will have anywhere on social media with your clothes on. Trust me about that. So, Danny, what are your final thoughts? And by the way, that's 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Danny, what are your final thoughts?
Well, my final thought is that you and Brooklyn were hitting on something that's very important uh, about uh, about these people. FO, and they're going to find out. However, caveat on however, they are. If there any history involved, they're going to go back and vote in 2028 the same way they voted in 16, 20, and 2024 because they can't seem to fix stupid. And they just, they're trying to do the same thing and expect different results every time. And that's not the way it works. So if anything, I would give these people advice is that look what's going on, identify who's the fault, and vote accordingly in 2026 and 2028. Because if you don't, you're going to be back here time after time after time. And with that, I hope to see you tomorrow. And I love you, brother.
Love
That's
you.
what I got.
Always a pleasure having you here. And we will definitely talk soon. Oh, folks, thank you for your indulgence. Thank you for all the folks that sent heart me's and tapped and shared and commented, even the goofy comments. I appreciate them all. And to my superstar panel, again, I've said this many times and I mean it every time. This would not be the same without you. I could vamp up here for 2 hours. I've done it before, but it's not interesting to me as it is when you folks bring your ideas to this endeavor. So thank you for that. As I said earlier, I'm here Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Sometimes I take off, but I always let you know when I do. Um, but yeah, join me. Come back. Hopefully, if we're lucky, we'll get to wake up tomorrow and do it all again. So, as always, peace, love, and granola. Talk to you soon.